to the final project of my animal mosaic week. We're going to be making some wings out of your paper bag. So you'll need to make sure your paper bag is emptied out. You'll also need a few other supplies, your scissors and glue, your construction paper, 2 of each color, and feathers. Let me show you how it's going to end up. Alright, we need to get started with our paper bag. If you're joining us without the kit, you can do this with any paper bag at all that you have. And you'll notice with this paper bag there is a line running all the way down one edge here. That's going to be the top of our wings, and then the rest of these are our feathers, our outer edge. Let's cut off the top first before we begin working on those feathers. So it's really just cutting out this whole side, just cutting right along that black line. There. We do need to continue on the bottom. This piece we can recycle, and your bag should now look like it has an open side here. But now we need to cut along these lines that you see here to create all of your feather patterns. It's going to continue on down around the base of your bag as well. Basic framework of your wings ready to be worked on. With these wings, if you feel like this is a little too sticking out, you have to fold them back. And fold them back again until it's flat enough for you to be able to work on. I'm going to get started on decorating them now. The first thing you'll need for decorations are your construction pieces of paper. With these 2 colors, you'll be able to create alternating layers of feathers. So we're going to have to cut out a whole bunch of feathers out of these. Feathers are super easy. All you need are long triangular pieces and a few short ones as well. I like to cut mine out first before I really get started, just so I have a whole pile of feathers waiting for me and I can glue them in the places that I like. You can see I already have a few big ones and a small one. With these triangular shapes, I can start gluing them onto my wings. The best way to work with your wings is from the outside, going in. If you start inward and start putting more feathers on top, it tends to look a little strange and it doesn't feel as natural. So we're going to start outside, putting some wings close here to the tips of those feathers and layering them like so until you're happy with the pattern. Then I can grab some triangles of this color and layering those on top. Once I finish with these, then I can do a little bit more embellishing, but it's really important to have a base layer of some fun colors. You will need your glue at this point. Once you've got a feather in position, you can glue it straight down. And it doesn't need a whole lot of glue everywhere, just on the base of your feather. dark blue ones, I think I'm going to add these ones. Again, I'm going to be cutting out long triangles for these. Some of them will end up curved, and they will be able to go right on top of those ones. You can see that I've already made it to the center of the bag, and I would start next by going all the way to the tips of these wings and moving inward again. And if I had any leftover feathers, then I'd layer some more on top. Here we are now, starting on this side, again working from the outside pieces, starting to layer in those bigger feathers first as we work our way towards the middle. You just need a little bit of glue. You don't need to fill in the whole section. That's the glue that really makes up the base of the feather and helps it stay in place. As you fly, maybe they can flip around a little bit. You can choose how you alternate your colors. I personally like the stripe effect where it's all one color first, then the next color, and then another color again. And it will alternate really nicely that way. Though I'd love to see your patterns as they develop too. Now I've done my dark stripe, I'm going to come back in with this color here, doing a lighter version with the biggest feathers I can find here, and continuing on. Now that we made it to the center, you should have a lot of littler wings left to kind of fill in these patches. If not, you can always cut down your bigger wings down with the scissors to get them to the right size that you want them to be, and then patch them in place. Now that we've built up some basic colors with your feathers, we can actually embellish them a little bit with these fancier ones that you have in your kit. If you did not get a kit and are joining us through the video, then you can get these at any hobby store. You'll be able to grab them by their quill and put a little bit of glue down in the space you want them to go. Don't try to put the glue on the feather itself. It usually ends up a lot messier that way. When you're looking for a good place to attach a feather, I like to put them in these empty spaces, or if there's a spot that you just don't like, we can cover it up with these fancier feathers and make it more interesting and exciting. I also like to tuck them just a little bit behind these ones. I think it gives it a little more stability as you're flying around the house with your feathers. You should have a pretty good variety of colors. You can choose to use all one color or mix it up and keep it random. Once you've attached all of your feathers, real and not so real, then you'll be able to set it aside to dry. You should put it somewhere safe for about 2 hours to let that glue completely dry. Then you'll be able to fly around the roost with it. For the little ones, your hand should be able to fit all the way right up these loops for while you fly around. For the older kids, you may actually need to fit your arms all the way up to your elbows. Let's see if I can get it. Before you become a bird of very young. Have fun creating!